down to the neon lights. It's where I want to be, cause I'm just trying to make it.
You're listening to the Diamonds in the Rough podcast.
I'm just trying to make it.
Powered by Prospects Live.
That was our good friend Colin Hawk with the beats. Today is Wednesday, July 6th. Fresh off America's Day. Feeling patriotic. I think there's still some fireworks going on in Port Charlotte. They went on until 4 a.m. last night. But
Charleston was nuts, dude. All you could smell was all you walk outside and you just smell fireworks smoke.
That's a good smell.
Like even today. Yeah, it's great.
That's a good smell. Fireworks. There's something.
Much worse
being a
smells.
man is shooting fireworks will always be fun.
Yeah.
Always. There used to be this guy who used to come to the family functions, and he was quite rich, but he would buy. It was kind of like his way of announcing himself in the family. He would just buy so many fireworks for 4th of July, and we'd shoot them off, and it was just the best feeling ever. But I shot no fireworks yesterday. I'm still in the Days Inn. It's a beautiful spot if you're ever in Port Charlotte. Look into it. Good rates, great service. My key card.
They just upgraded rooms, didn't they?
Yeah, the
So they
room's
say.
been updated. There's still the foundation shown in the bathroom. But my key card thing died today, so that's the guy came in here and kindly changed it out. It's going well. Hopefully I have one more day. So I got kind of shafted, which led to me, having some words with folks. But Thursday they come to test me, and 2 negative tests, I'm out of here. And by Thursday I'm feeling perfectly fine. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to get out of here. Well, I was told they were coming at 10:45. They came or 11:30, and they came at 10:45. Well, I'm posted up right here just typing on an essay with a cough drop in my mouth. So she texts me, she's here, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to drive in and do it because I have a cough drop in because I'm spitting. So you can't eat or anything but 30 minutes before. Well, then I get a text. Hey, the testing facility's probably closed this weekend anyway. We'll just test again on Tuesday. I was like, well, looks like I'm here till Thursday. So that's
So you've had one negative already.
I've had no negatives.
Uh,
But it doesn't matter. It's 10-day quarantine. So I went in to test today, and I was like, well, what is the point of testing today? I'm going to be out Thursday anyway.
yeah.
It just makes the paperwork easier is what they said. So I'm glad I can make it easier on them. Anyway, I say all that to say this. It is what it is. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. I accept that a long time ago. Been working on my golf game in here in the Days Inn, so I'm not sure how much it's improved. Hit some push-up complexes, some core. So Rocky Balboa training, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I think I got that mindset too. We got 3 outfielders in BG, and the Rays refuse to send me up. So
You're not hitting well enough.
I guess not.
Yep, it is what it is.
This week I'm just gonna drop 15 homers and then force the hand.
Yeah,
Literally hitting 15.
that might do it. 15 homers is quite a few.
Yeah. But
I'm actually reading this book right now. It's an elite book. I recommend it to everybody. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's changed my mentality. I'm happy as a lark all the time. So
I've had that mentality literally all year until this last week, and then Myrtle Beach. I'm telling you, go to Myrtle Beach and stay for a week, and
Dirty Myrtle.
it'll drain the energy out of you.
Dirty Myrtle is a top tier spring break for high schoolers. Location.
It is not for minor league baseball players. That place,
I'm sure there's worse.
It's a prison. No. I would rather be
club
playing
at Myrtle Beach is a dog.
Yeah, he's elite. He's the best. Yes, he's elite.
Whatever.
The best ever.
Dog. We kind of got excited and got on some stories, but I wanted, since it is 4th of July, most of you can see my shirt. If you can't, you're missing out. This shirt is nasty. And it came from our boys at Pitchers Only, the brand for pitchers. As you can see, this is the 4th of July drop, but they have some really cool stuff. I just tweeted out, I purchased some of it. It was this shirt and a short sleeve hoodie. And short sleeve hoodies are the move. So I've got me a short sleeve hoodie. I got me another shirt. They got some good hats. I got some other things. But like I said, it's the brand for pitchers. I got another thing here that they sent. And I'm just going to tell you, if you are a pitcher in college, if you're a college pitcher, a high school pitcher, but especially college pitcher,
and you don't have this flag in your dorm room, do you actually play college sports? Look at this. This screams dorm room. So get on there, get you some short sleeve hoodies, get you some flags for the dorm room, and use code DNR10. Use code DNR10, 10% off. Rock the swag. 4th of July. Anyway, shout out to them. They're gonna hook you up. The people are the best. But this opening, before we get to the mailbag, we got a few things to hit on. This was brought to us by Shook. Shook gave us the rundown for the opening. So Shook, you lead us. So what topics we hitting first today?
Yeah. So daily checking of Pirates minor leagues updates. I came across a game program for July, and it had a really interesting article in it that basically got hitters and pitchers' opinion. Basically, the players on the team got their opinion on the pitch clock. So,
yeah,
the consensus opinion from reading it, and if
what was the name of the article and who wrote it?
Oh dear. So it was called "Against the Clock," and it was written by the guy's name is Mike Lepresti. I think he's like a contributor for their team or whatever. He like writes for them. But yeah, it's a 2-page article just about of basically getting everybody's thoughts on the new pitch clock that's come in the minor leagues this year, or I guess it's been around last year. But I feel like this year it's getting a lot of flack. So was it like a problem last year too? Or?
It was a good read because he got a lot of the players' perspective, manager's perspective, and it's like you think it would be. It's pretty scattered. I mean, I think some of the points I took away from it was where the person on base is 19 seconds to pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And like the catcher said, they got interviewed in there. And I know it's different in the major leagues now. They use some electronic stuff, but you don't want to get your signs picked. And I know in college we had a Da Vinci code with people on second. I mean, if I wasn't locked in, I didn't know what I was throwing. And then if they go through all that, and if you shake, like it's destined to be a ball. That's a ball. But I mean, I do kind of like it's not going to bother me because I pitch fast, but that is one area where I could see it coming into play. Should the hitters like it, or?
So here's with a runner on base, it's not bad. Like when you're walking up the plate, you get 30 seconds. You have to be looking at the pitcher, just looking at him with 9 seconds to go. If you're looking at him, then you're good. But the problem is, it's like Myrtle Beach, for example, they would start their clock so if I'm on deck, dude hits the ball, they're starting their 30 seconds like middle of the play for me to walk up to the plate.
That's not right.
Yeah, I know it's not.
It's funny because I actually did pitch clock training this season whenever I was working or getting ready to start my job with the Lookouts.
Yeah.
So they would do that, and then freaking Ethan Hearn, Cole, I don't know if you remember him, but their catcher, he literally would, and then if somebody's on base, you get 18. If somebody's not on base, you get 14. He would step out of the box, and then they wouldn't start the clock until he would walk around, and then once he was about to step back into the box, they'd start the time. So they literally just boning us all week with it. But with people on base and then walking up to the plate, the 30 seconds and the 18 is fine. The 4 seconds with nobody on, or the 14 seconds with nobody on is tough, especially if you get down 0-2, you get one time. So with one time, it's not horrible, but you feel like you're at bat. If you get down 0-2, you're at bat. Feels like it had came and gone already. It's extremely fast. I don't mind it because it speeds up the game, but I also hitters are trying to think through pitches and they're at bat, what's going to happen.
Yeah, nah. The hitters that took it the hitters are the problem. That's why we got the pitch clock. Y'all took it way too far. Step out of the box, take 3 swings, fix your shin guards. I get it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would even just I'll keep 1 foot in, take 1 step out, look at my bat and kind of go over. All right, I was all over the fastball. He just threw me a changeup in the dirt, and I chased. He's probably going changeup in the dirt. I don't even have time to go through that in my mind. I'm just back in the box.
Maybe he's doing you a favor there, Sally.
It's not.
Maybe he's winning and you're thinking.
No.
That's what you need. It's the best numbers he ever put up.
Yeah, but it's a completely different mindset. So
Well, that might be what you needed. I don't know. I've never really pitched on it, so I can't speak on it much.
I don't mind it, but like a lot of people like complain about it. Like for example, like Antonio Menendez. So we have a guy who throws like over the top, sidearm, and like submarine. And so he does swipes. So like if the catcher calls like a fastball overhand or whatever,
Yes.
and he wants to throw it from sidearm, he'll swipe down his leg. But like it takes, because he has the 3 arm angles, like it takes the catcher like a long time to call his pitches. And so, and some people, like hitters can be smart and like play a game. Like you can literally step out of the box and wait until 11 seconds, step in and look at the pitcher at 9. And if the catcher doesn't give the signs while you're out of the box, then like the pitcher is rushed to throw his pitches.
Yeah.
I
Shout
saw
out
in a
to
minor league
Menendez.
game
He was on
earlier this
here.
year. I saw in a minor league game earlier this year that a guy, they wanted to basically pitch around the batter and then pretty much intentionally walk him without intentionally walking him. So the guy, I think he threw like 3 balls, like not even competitive at all.
They just
And
let
then
it
the
run
last
out.
time he just let the clock run out.
Genius.
I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Limits your pitch count too.
If it's going to be there, might as well use it. Yeah. Shout out to Menendez, who was on here telling us the unbelievable story of him getting deserted in the bullpen in the FCL. He finally busted out the camp. So, hope he's doing well.
He's been
Charleston.
throwing well too.
Nice. Good for him. Good for him. Let's quickly hit on the Scherzer thing before we get to the mailbag, because we got a lot of questions. But Max Scherzer recently did a rehab start, which I found this funny because he did it in AA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did 2 in
What?
AA, I believe.
Why is DeGrom always throwing low A against those kids? They sent Scherzer to AA, at least compete a little bit. And DeGrom is just mowing down
Yeah.
the Florida League down here. Every time he makes a rehab outing.
An inning and 2/3 and struck out 5.
Send him to the Carolina League. I'll show him what's up.
Still 100. Yeah. But Scherzer, the main story is when big leaguers rehab, or even when they come down here, they usually hook us up. They've got a habit of getting us a taco truck when they come down, and it's awesome. This taco truck is elite. But Scherzer said he hooked them up, and he did hook them up. I think they had fillets and lobsters for the spread. And then not only that, he got all the players a pair of AirPods.
So sick.
Yeah, that's a good day at the park.
Dude, elite.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say if I am lucky enough to play in the big leagues, that's something that would be like super fun to do if you're
Yeah,
making it.
for
Hopefully
sure.
I never get hurt again, but that's a
For
really
sure.
hard thing to do in your career. So
That's one of the things about Scherzer. Like, he's such a killer competitor and looks like a psycho on the mound, but you've never heard anybody say anything negative about him that's ever played with him. Like, good teammate, good guy. So cool to see that kind of stuff. That's definitely made a lot of those guys' days for sure. Probably the best meal they've had since they left home.
Yeah.
Most of them. So we got a lot of questions for the mailbag. One of our favorite episodes to do monthly. What is that? Is it just monthly?
Yes.
Is that the correct term though for it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, if you got paid monthly, would it be listed on your contract as monthly, or is there a cooler word for it?
Their quarterly is like every 3 months, I think.
Yeah, quarterly every 3 months.
Bi-weekly is every
Bi-weekly
2 weeks.
twice-
I think it's
twice
just
a month.
monthly.
Yeah, monthly. All right. So the monthly mailbag. Let's rock. Me and Schnell don't study these either. Like, this is
No,
just kind of,
this is off the dome.
yeah, unfiltered.
I also shuffled the questions around so it can get you even more unprepared.
Nice.
First question: top 5 baseball movies of all time.
Major League 2, Bull Durham. Major League 1. This is where it gets dicey. Benchwarmers 4. Dude, I got a hot take. I don't like freaking Field of Dreams at all.
I don't
It's
either.
just it doesn't do it for me.
I got a hot take. I haven't seen a lot of these. Like, I'm sure I have, but like not
That doesn't
recently
surprise
that I
me.
could remember.
Chanel's favorite movie was School of Rock. So
Hey, we just started.
That's
All
so
right, hold
great.
on. I'm not even gonna get on this.
And the fifth one, I love The Sandlot. I know a lot of people don't care. I think it's a great American movie. Trying to think of some others I really like.
Moneyball. Moneyball's one for me.
Moneyball's solid.
Moneyball's
It
one for
doesn't
me as
really
well.
feel like a baseball movie to me. Like it feels more like a
Yeah.
business movie. What I love though, like it's combining
Yeah.
two things that I love. For the love of the game is pretty good.
Do we count a League of Their Own, a baseball movie?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never seen that movie.
It's I don't. My mom liked it, so it's got Tom Hanks as the coach, and then it's a bunch
I
of-
know the basis and I know that stuff.
It's
I've never seen it. I'm trying to make
Chicken
sure I
Little.
haven't seen
Is that considered
Chicken
a
Little,
baseball
of course.
movie?
It's elite. 42 is good.
42 is really good.
Really
I
good.
think mine would
It's too
be
close.
Moneyball, Sandlot. 42 is really good.
You gotta have
Bull
the major
Durham.
leagues in there, bro.
And Major League, yeah.
The major leagues are definitely two of my top three. Bull Durham slides in there too. Benchwarmers, and then it's
Benchwarmers is great.
42. One of the most underrated baseball movies of all time. I watched it over and over again when I was younger. Is Angels in the Outfield. I thought
Yeah,
it was
that
the
is
funniest
good.
movie I've ever seen in my life from ages
Yeah.
5 to 8.
There's some good ones.
Great.
I did-
Baseball
I
has the
love-
best movies by far.
The
Far.
problem is, like, when I watch all these, like, I was young. I've seen all of them, but, like, I was just, like, and I haven't rewatched them since. Like,
used to
I've seen
grind Rookie of the
Moneyball's the
Year.
most recent. 42 and Moneyball are the most recent ones I've seen, so, like, I remember them. So, and then Sandlot and Benchwarmers.
Look, I remember your dad likes Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he does.
I remember my Mimi DVR'd that when I was young, and I just left it on there. I'd always watch it on go to their house. It's a good one, kind of goofy, but it's good.
Yeah, Moneyball's one for me. I really like that movie.
Yeah.
I love
if
the movie.
If you know me, you would understand why I like the movie because I'm into the business side of baseball and different stuff like that.
I just don't know if I can put it in like my baseball movies.
Yeah, I get you. It's more about how baseball's ran than like
Yeah.
actual baseball being,
Which
like,
is cool.
played. Yeah,
It's unique.
yeah.
And Brad
And
Pitt's-
there's a good like underlying message in that of like bet on yourself or whatever like for
Yeah.
that movie. So I don't know.
True. Yeah, you ain't got to sell me on it.
Second question's for Cole. Favorite baseball memory while at UGA?
Probably pitching in Hoover. That was SEC tournament's pretty special because like unlike all the other conference tournaments, it gets a ton of fans. And the Met is a cool stadium, and the setup's cool too. It's funny because I think 12 teams qualify if I'm right. 10 teams get to stay at the hotel that is nice. It has the player lounge. It's in a mall. Like it's literally in a mall, but it's got a sick players lounge, all this stuff. The bottom two teams have to go to a different hotel. I don't know which one they go to, but they're not at the same one as the rest. But that was cool. So we were set up to win it. Like we had, when 19, we had so many starting pitchers. It was crazy. So if you win 2 games, you get an off day, which is the best. So we beat A&M the first day, and I pitched against Arkansas the second day, who was really good. I mean, they had probably 3 or 4 big leaguers in that lineup. Like Dominic Fletcher's going off right now. We walked him every time I pitched him.
Heston Kjerstad, Casey
Yes,
Martin.
Casey Martin, yeah, they were loaded. They were like all lefties and all hit over 300, and I was like, this is a terrible matchup for me. But it worked out, and we ended up winning. And we had that off day the next day. And if you know me, the SEC is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. So they had fat coolers of Dr. Pepper in the players' lounge, and they had that Big Buck Hunter Pro game. I probably smacked 4 Dr. Peppers and played that for hours that off day. So Hoover was sick. And we got a police escort to the field. And I'm not talking a police in front of us with the lights on. I'm talking 12 cops on motorcycles stopping every road we went down. We got there in 2 minutes. It was awesome.
That's sick.
That's sick.
It was sick. They were all around us. I feel like the freaking president.
All right, next question. What impact will the changes due to NIL and college athletics have, in your opinion, on a young player's decision to go to college or enter the MLB draft coming out of high school?
Shout out
Grandpa Wilson for
What a question.
asking this question. What do you think, Cole?
My take on it is I don't think it has an impact at all yet on baseball. college baseball is a very growing sport because social media, especially Twitter, has really blown it up. There's some really good guys out there. The guys at D1 Baseball do an awesome job. Our guys at Prospects Live do an awesome job. Steven, what's his name? Steven Scott? It's not Scotch, is it?
Steven, Virginia dude.
Scotch.
Yeah, something like that.
Scotch, something like that.
I think it's Shock. I think it's Steven Shock. That's
Yeah.
how you say it.
The
But-
dude that got famous for throwing his glove.
Yeah,
against
he's
South
done a really
Carolina.
good job covering it. Like, there's a lot of really good people out there covering the sport right now. So, and Tennessee being good really helped because there's a passionate fan base. So, I think eventually it could have an effect. And I think maybe at schools like Mississippi State, Ole Miss, maybe Arkansas, I think that it could maybe have people like Fringe. Right now, it's not going to get any of the top guys. You're still going to make more in the draft than you'll ever make in college baseball by a lot. It would have to be like fringe guys who are going 7th, 8th round who are like, should I go or should I take this? Give them some cash. They'll come to school. But I don't see it having that big of an effect yet on baseball anyway.
I think that it could. I think right now, like you said, it's not that big of it's not going to make a big difference. But as these younger kids who are really into TikTok, like Max Clark, for example, he'll probably get picked in the top 3-4 picks. So it's not going to matter for him. But he's got a really big fan base and following on social media. So guys like that who have huge followings early, I think colleges would be able to use that to their advantage and probably give them more.
Yeah. But here's the thing too.
As they grow, yeah. I mean, if they're a first rounder though, are they going to get $2 million? Because slots are going up every year too. Every year.
And listen, NIL is name, image, and likeness legally.
Yeah.
Because that's legally what it is. So what can Max Clark make in college based off his Instagram and off his name that he couldn't make if he went?
Yeah. Exactly.
So unless these schools have
go in the top 5 picks, you know what I mean? He's
right, and unless these schools have direct relationships, which they do, but if they have direct relationships with car dealerships and all the restaurants in the area that they're willing to do these NILs for more money than they make, that's different. But those are reserved for football and basketball right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And until baseball really, really gets some money generated, because there's you'd be surprised. In college, I think you could probably count on 2 hands how many schools are in the green when it comes to baseball. Georgia was not. We did not make money in baseball, and we sold out almost every weekend. So there's 10 schools nationally that make a profit. So until more of that goes up, I don't see it being that big.
And the guys who would have those Drew Jones has a huge following on social media too, and on TikTok. Those guys, the guys that have the big followings are going top 15 picks, top 20 picks, top 10 picks.
Drew Jones don't have to make a decision based off money.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's chilling.
I think it really depends off of where they go. If you're a Vanderbilt or an Oregon State, from a program standpoint, why are you not selling out on NIL? Baseball's your thing,
I mean, where's Vanderbilt? I mean, how many Vanderbilt probably has 5 boosters total. It ain't.
But they're all doctors.
Yeah, there's money in the program, but it's already a private school. I don't know. It would take a team like Mississippi State, who's got the whole town backing them. Everybody who ever went to Mississippi State loves baseball. That's different. It's got to be somewhere like that. Even Florida State, who's going to get a really good baseball crowd, and are a passionate baseball fan base. If you're a donor, where's your money going to?
Football.
If you got a 5-star quarterback waiting, or the best center fielder in the country, if you're donating, where are you donating to?
The quarterback. 100%.
Exactly, because football is king in most of these places. Mississippi State's one of those schools where baseball is probably king.
Yeah.
See, Florida State though, I can't speak for the other schools. Florida State's got a collective that you can donate to sports specific. If I wanted to donate $100 to the baseball program, I could, and it's all NIL money basically.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm sure other schools do that as well. I agree with you. I think all the money's going to football. I mean,
I'm not saying at some point it can't be. I think it will be at some point.
I think
if the sport keeps growing like it has.
Yeah.
Good years like this year, you got to stack them. You got to have a good year next year. But right now, I don't foresee it being a problem.
Could you imagine a bidding war between who sucks in the MLB right now, and Vanderbilt for Max Clark. Vanderbilt's like, I'm going to offer you 50% more than the number 1 overall pick slot or whatever. And then he's like,
dude, I mean, Vanderbilt's average attendance is 1,500 people in a baseball game, and it's mostly visitors. Like, it's different. You gotta have the investment from the school and the fans and the boosters.
Yeah.
Next question.
Shelly, don't you have something to say about some of the folks at Hit Factory?
Yeah, so big shout out to our sponsors at Hit Factory. Use code DNR10 for 10% off your apparel purchase. If you're a ball player and you want some cool shirt, like for me, I physically in a game can't elevate and celebrate. It's impossible. I've tried it. The ball doesn't go out of the park. So I wear this shirt to make it feel like I'm capable of doing it. They got a bunch of cool stuff. I think I got another one that it's a all black shirt, super cool too. They got great designs, great little phrases on there. So like Cole said, pitchers only is more of a for the pitchers, but if you're
brand
a hitter,
for pitchers.
Yeah, it's a brand for pitchers. It's a brand for hitters. Yeah. So if you rake, get some of this apparel. Again, use DNR 10 for 10% off. And
they have some on-field stuff too.
Do they?
Yeah, they got some elbow guards. They got some bats. So
yeah, I might have to get me a
elbow guard. Get you a custom DNR elbow guard.
Yeah, I might have to. Be sick.
Nasty. Yeah, good folks over there too. Definitely check them out. Twitter and Instagram. They got good socials.
Alrighty, next question.
My AC's about to lift off. Y'all hear that?
Barely. I had to move into the
bedroom in here.
I had to move into the bedroom because
I heard baby start messing up a little bit.
Yeah, he got a bath today, so
nice, cleaned up.
He was probably cold after.
If you weren't a baseball player, what would you do for a regular job?
I'll probably be a country music singer.
Yeah, for sure. I've heard.
I mean, if you've heard me sing, I'm pretty much the GOAT. So
you even have some voice cracks when you sing.
Yeah, no, it's horrible, but I'd enjoy singing. I enjoy singing a lot. I'm one of those people that knows I can't sing, but like I'll sing anything and everything. No, I don't know what I'd actually do. I don't know. Get my real estate license, sell some houses or something.
Good option.
My dad is laughing. He heard me say that.
I'm interested in a lot of things. I do have my real estate. All I got to do is take the test. I passed the course. I've passed the Georgia exam. I have to take the actual exam to get my real estate license, but I can't do it online. I went in this whole program thinking I could do it online. I can't. I have to do it in person in Atlanta. So that's next up. But I would definitely have.
I think I'm going to do that this off season, just to have in the back pocket.
I think I would have real estate and insurance both, but I would coach and teach.
Yeah, coaching.
Breaking news: I will be on the sidelines for the Heritage basketball team this year.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a Woj bomb right there.
We'll have them boys playing. Let's just say that. This year will be something special at the Taj, so everybody be there. But I would definitely.
Whoa! I got to clip this for the socials. Get everybody fired up. We're gonna have sold out crowds at the Taj in December.
Yeah, the post will know what they're doing. Let me tell you that right now. We'll be moving the ball. So. We'll be cutting. We'll be picking.
Are they gonna have that signature step back, little spin step back?
That I can't teach.
They're not athletic enough to have that.
I cannot teach that. I can lead a horse to water. I can't make them drink. I can have them in the right positions. I can't make the ball go in the hole.
Yeah, some of those moves, white country boys.
Some of those moves you can't teach, and that's one of them.
Yeah, that's the Cole Wilcox right there.
God handed me that one. I took it. I thanked him, and I used it. Dominant.
Next question is: how often are teams and management in contact with players about where they stand in the organization?
Very little.
Well, the Rays.
No, I mean, I've been in two. Very little.
Yeah, literally not at all.
Little. You might hear something from someone, but that person has a boss, and they might not be on the same page.
Yeah.
So you just never know. I mean, you have a pretty good idea if you're a realist, but
yeah,
Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes you don't really know. You don't know the long-term plans. I can tell you that. You might know something in the short term, but you definitely don't know the long term.
Yeah, no idea.
So let me ask you this: what's a conversation like when you're going, like, you're about to break camp and going to whatever affiliate? Are they just like, pack your bags, you're going to Charleston, good luck?
So
I pitched last year. I pitched at the Braves. They sent a teamwork message to the lineups or the teams are posted on the board. We come home. I get off the bus. I go look. I'm on the Charleston roster. Meeting in 15 minutes. We have a meeting. They make us sign a lease, and they say, "Hey, be there tomorrow."
Safeway,
we take off, and we take off. It's exactly how it went.
Literally.
I'm not sugarcoating that at all.
And you don't hear anything through spring training. You don't know where you're going. All you know is they put you on these teams, and they say these teams don't matter. These teams don't matter.
They emphasize it.
That was my next question, because you see in spring training, for those of you that don't know, you'll have like Cole pitched at the Braves, so it was like the Rays.
That was the GCL team that I pitched on that day.
Oh, was it? So it'd be like the Rays AA, AAA against the Braves AA, AAA, and then the Rays single A against the Braves single A.
And then, but one day, like, I pitched on the high A team, and then I pitched on the GCL, and then I pitched low A. So it was kind of back and forth.
Interesting. Next question is: do you guys get nervous around the trade deadline every year?
I've already been through it once, maybe. I know what it's like. It ain't that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a business. I don't worry too much. If it happens, it happens.
Nervous doesn't seem like the right word, because, like, you're playing ball wherever you go. Nothing changes. You just put on a different uniform.
Yeah.
Next question is for Schnell. What are your thoughts on the Rule 5 draft, and when are you eligible for the Rule 5 draft?
This year, so when you're drafted out of high school, you got 5 seasons. When you draft out of college, you got 4. So this is technically my this is my Rule 5 draft. COVID counted, so that kind of hurt a lot of people. COVID year happening, but basically, there's a minor league portion, there's a major league portion. So you get drafted in the minor league portion, you basically you go to that team. So technically at the end of this year, say the Rays wanted to protect me, but didn't want to put me on the 40-man. They would probably put me on the AAA roster, which would only make me eligible for the Major League Rule 5. So if you get picked in the Major League Rule 5, you go to big league spring training with that team. Say you perform really well, and they're like, "Yeah, we want to keep him." You have to be on their big league roster for that whole year. Say you don't do well, and they're like, "We don't want him." You get sent back to the team that they picked you from. So say, just hypothetically, I got picked in the major league portion by the freaking
Pirates.
I would go, if I played really well, the Pirates decide they want to keep me, I'd be on their big league roster. And you don't get kept if you're not going to play in the big leagues. They're going to keep you, and you're going to play if you get picked.
I'd like to see the numbers on how many people actually get sent back. I would assume it's very, very low.
Yeah. It's got to be.
It's
you get taken in the major league portion, you're pretty much on the major league roster.
Yeah. And then
could you not just DFA them?
No,
you can't.
You
I'm
can't
pretty
do
sure
that?
it's a
Wow.
full. You have to have a full year. It's a full year service time guaranteed. So let's say I went and played like poo-poo.
They can force you on the DL.
Yeah, they could. They could literally just be like, "Hey, your knee's starting to hurt."
It's like, all right.
Cool, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Can I still hit the cage and throw every day? Yeah. All right. Cool.
The Rule 5 draft is pretty much a positive thing for any player, because it means someone wants you, and they're obviously investing in you at this point, so they're going to try to move you, and that means you're coming from a team who was not willing to protect you, so clearly you weren't very high priority. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you nervous about that coming up at all, Nick?
No.
You don't really care?
No.
Gotcha.
And it's always nice if you get put on the 40-man, because then
exactly.
a nice little
40
pay
minutes
raise.
also payday, yeah.
Next question is, with teams being mindful of their bonus pools in the draft, were both or either of you guys aware of who was going to draft you before the draft started?
No.
I didn't know who was picking me. I knew that there were some teams that liked me more than others, but I didn't know who or when I was going to go. You have an idea from your agent, but
The only person I've ever heard who knew where they were going before the draft was Henry Davis,
Yeah, and he was going
the number 1 overall pick.
And it was
So-
literally that day, he said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I want
morning.
to swing golf.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, you have no idea. Like you said, I mean, they're trying to play around with this money. So let's say they really value somebody. They think it's going to go high. He falls. They take him, spend a lot of their draft pool, whatever. Or they got somebody that they value really, really high in the second that they want to make sure they sign. So then they take somebody in the first. They knock some money down. There's so much that goes on for teams. Like a team can't, think about fantasy football. Everybody here plays fantasy sports. You can say Shook's picking the 12th spot. Shook has got Travis Kelce every single year that we've ever played fantasy. He's going to pick Travis Kelce at 12. Everyone knows it. But he can plan to do that, and then somebody can take him at 11. So he can't promise Travis Kelce, hey, I'm taking you at 12. Because then what if no one takes Jonathan Taylor and he falls at 12? It's not like the teams are being scummy. They just can't make promises they have no idea whether they can keep or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Next question is for Cole. This says, Tommy John seems like the norm these days. Did you ever think it happened to you? What are the general thoughts around it from your peers or teams trying to actively keep you healthy, or is it kind of a given that most pitchers are going to get TJ, or a little of both? While rehabbing, did you need to change your delivery? I'm really interested on the mindset of Tommy John these days after reading Jeff Paston's book, The Arm.
Cole's trying to remember that whole question.
That novella was brought to us by. So the first question I remember, did I think it would happen to me? No, I genuinely did not. Up to this point, I felt invincible. I had no arm issues ever. It's just one of those things. I thought about making a comparison that would have really, really been inconsiderate. But think about. You hear people all the time when they get sick or something, and they're like, you just never think it can happen to you. It's the same thing where you just don't think about it. Like you see it happens to people, and you're like, man, that would really suck. But you're pitching, and you're just like, I'm chilling. So no, I did not think it would happen to me. The next question I remember is, do teams actively try to prevent it? Yeah, everybody does what you can. You do work with the trainers. The weight room is the reason you go to the weight room is to try to prevent injury. So the player and the team are both working on arm care. That's the whole point of the off-season throwing program. Everything you do revolves around trying not to get hurt. But you can look at the science and all. You said you read the book, The Arm. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You can prevent it, you can prolong it, but if you pitch long enough, you will get hurt. Your arm and your elbow or your shoulder will get hurt. So look at Nolan Ryan. The dude, he's known as the rubber arm. If you talk to Tom House, no such thing as a rubber arm. He hates that term, but he's right. But Nolan Ryan was Iron Man. He was the guy. He tore his UCL. It's just not built to withstand what a pitcher puts it under. So you can do all the training, like you said, and it's tough. It happens. But like you said, it is the norm, which is a good and a bad thing. So when it does happen, there's a pretty set standard build up and rehab process where you know that if you take it serious and go through it, you're probably going to be good on the other side.
Yeah, and just knowing Cole forever growing up, you've never been hurt. You broke your arm in 8th grade, and that was the only time I can remember you hurt. But
yeah, championship football game.
Yeah, we scored
So
6 points in.
Put your heart out on the line.
I did, man. I was under center taking snaps. So I hurt my hand. I threw a pass. It got smashed between helmets. And at the time, I didn't really feel anything. I knew it hurt, and I was like, oh, whatever. So they're kind of looking at it. I'm like, I'm good. Just give me a ball. So I grab a ball, and I feel it. And I'm going to warm up. I'm like, what is wrong with this ball? And I throw it out, grab another one. I thought the ball was warped. I realized that my thumb had swelled up so much, it was making the ball feel warped because my thumb was so far away from the ball. I was like, this ain't good. And we did everything under center. So I told my center, I'm like, dude, you got to lay this thing in there like it's an egg. You have to go against everything you've ever been taught. Just lay that thing up there. I'm not going to have it. And then I was trying to throw, and I'm freaking throwing flying saucers the whole time. And then I got people chirping me for throwing over the receiver's head. I'm like, well, I can't grip the ball. So I don't know what you want me to do. I'm trying my best. Maybe I should have thrown it left-handed or something. I was literally throwing freaking straight.
Who was option number 2 off the bench?
We had a guy, but he was our best runner.
Yeah, he's like our best running back.
I'm not gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna sit here and act like we had like great coaching staff.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Do you remember what the coach told you after the game?
I don't think I do.
Keep in mind, Cole had just broken his hand, like literally, like first time I've ever seen him hurt. And the coach comes
And
up
we
to
lost.
us.
We were undefeated for 2 straight years and lost.
Yeah, we lost. Only game we ever lost in 8th
middle
grade,
school.
like in anything, any sport.
It
And
was.
so-
We
We lost one
game.
football game, won every basketball game, and won every baseball game.
We were elite. Yeah.
Yeah, but the coach comes up to Cole. They do like the all league or whatever teams,
Oh,
and we had so many guys. We had so many guys that were so good. They made
We
the
were
team
loaded,
vote
yeah.
on who got all league. And so
Yeah.
Cole, they were like, we got like 5 picks or whatever, and Cole came in 6th. And so the coach comes up to him. He's like, "Hey man, you came in 6th in the voting. I just want you to know."
I was like, I couldn't possibly care less, coach.
After we just lost
we
the
just
game.
lost the championship, and I broke my throwing hand. And basketball tryouts are tomorrow. So thanks. Yeah. No, we had. I wish we had video of our green formation shit.
Oh my gosh.
I kid you not. This is the last thing we'll talk about middle school football. We had a formation we called green. And this is I can't make this up. We would huddle around the center. It would be me and 2 running backs. We'd be huddled up around it about 3 feet away. And whatever the first number was would be who got the ball. Obviously, the second number was the hole. So if it was 24, the middle guy was getting the ball. The center would roll it. He would roll it back on the count. And the middle guy would pick it up and run to the 4 hole. Or it'd be 18, which would be me. And then he'd roll it to me. Yeah, that was a formation. Green.
He rolled it.
Rolled the
Literally
ball.
rolled the ball.
Rolled it. I can't emphasize that enough. The ball rolled to us.
The center
What a
held
waste
the
of
ball.
time.
The center held the ball horizontally instead of like this.
Horizontally.
Yeah, it was the worst thing I've ever seen. And we thought it was cool. We were like, dude, this is the best thing ever. We're like, we're winning every game. We're running these stupid formations.
We're playing in 5th grade still at Old Faithful.
Yeah.
Just drawing up stuff. I mean, it's like notepad. Let's do it. Yeah, it was quite the experience. We were so much better than everyone, and we lost the championship.
Next question is, what type of housing and resources do clubs provide to you so you can focus on baseball during the season and in the off season?
You got this one, Shelly.
Before this year, it wasn't much. They pretty much made you do everything. But this year, they're covering housing, and I mean, they've hooked us up this year. Like, I mean, they couldn't have put us in a better situation with me having Carly and the baby, and like we're in a 3-bedroom apartment. We have 1 other roommate, but like my parents practically live with us because my mom helps out with the baby. But yeah, I didn't have to do anything. I literally showed up and moved in. That's pretty much it. Like they had the beds here. They had pots, pans, cups, plates, bowls, everything for the shower. Like you used, like last year I had to buy a shower curtain. I had to get like plates. Yeah, plates, cups. You did too, didn't you? Most of it we just like
Yeah,
piled
it was
up
like
and brought from
$6.
home, but still.
But
We
yeah,
were paying
the
for
pans,
it.
the pans and the pot are kind of like that stuff was a hassle.
Yeah. And then
No,
you have
but-
all these extra pots and pans you got to take home in the off season, and what the heck do I do with these?
So much stuff. Yeah, it is very nice getting because I leased a house down here when I knew I.
Now we might have to buy Tropical.
No,
We might have to.
we're not buying Tropical, but Tropical is a great place to live. I wish I was there now. Anyway, it's nice because I booked it last year and it was pretty cheap. I should have went higher in the market if I know the Rays were paying for it, dang it. But got a cheap house, and now I don't have to worry about anything. They pay for utilities. They pay for housing. It's the best. I went because last year I was going to buy some Orange Bowl tickets way in advance. Like, Georgia's going to make this game. I'm calling it now. I'm going to buy them while they're cheap. I didn't do it like a complete moron. Well, this year I'm not making that same mistake. I bought SEC championship tickets today. So I get on there, I get 4. I go to the checkout, and I say, "Oh." So do I really want to do this? And then I remember I haven't paid for rent all year. This is rent money. And so I hit checkout. So shout out Rays for that. You bought me SEC championship tickets.
This question.
I might buy them and just show up. Send me the seats.
Section 221. Everyone be there. Everyone be there out there. Section 221. Take a picture with me. Paint up.
Is that not going to coincide with your wedding?
It's the week before.
That
That was actually a week that was mentioned. It was me, Kenzie, and her mom going to get the wedding venues, and there was these days, and it was like December 3rd, and I wasn't saying nothing yet. I was just kind of sitting back with my arms crossed. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. And they discussed it. Like, December 3rd is a cool date. Like, that'd look good on the invitation, stuff like that. And I said, I'm sitting there. I'm like, just go somewhere else. I don't have to put my input in. I'm gonna sound like a jerk, but listen, I'm for the folks. Like, I'm not gonna book a wedding on a football game, selfishly and for the people. But they went December 10th. Like, because Kenzie turned around at one point and said, "Do you care what date?" And I was just like, "It's not the 3rd. Not the 3rd. I'll do it on Christmas. Not doing it on the 3rd."
That's awesome. This question's for Cole. How realistic is the movie Summer Catch for the Cape Cod League?
There ain't no Jessica Bills in the Cape. I mean, the local Wendy's closed at 7. If you didn't like the post-game meal, you're just out of luck. You better hope your host family has something good. Everything was closed. The Cape is cool. The experience of it's cool. Like, any summer ball you play in, like baseball players, we just job quick. You can throw us on any team in the world. We'll become great friends with pretty much everybody in the locker room. So that part was fun. That would have been fun anywhere. There was really nothing about the Cape itself that drew me back. Number one, because I went bass fishing every single morning, caught 0 bass. Number 2, the fields were atrocious. But the competition was fantastic, and that made it all worth it. So to answer the question, and long-winded, nothing at all. It's like that movie.
All right, this is the last question.
Wow.
Is there ever a sense amongst the players that a position in the organization is too crowded and it is talked about amongst the players at the trade deadline?
Every trade deadline.
Yeah, every single one.
For sure.
I mean, the Rays have hoarded $1 billion really, 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 really good shortstops and middle infielders. So, I mean, they all know.
That is true. Yeah, no, I mean, like, we're not scholars or nothing, but we're also not just dumb. Like, we got a pretty good sense of, there's 26 roster spots. There's 2 middle infield spots. There's 2 corner infield spots. Like, you can't play everybody. So, yeah, we got a pretty good idea. And it is fun to talk about, even with the people. Like, you think you're going to get traded? Because it's just one of those things, like we said earlier, like it happens. So there's no reason to worry about it or anything. You just play. And like we said, being traded is never a bad thing. Somebody wants you.
Yeah.
And they're willing to give up assets to get you. So, yeah, it's talked about, and it's fun to talk about. I mean, I feel like every team is stacked on middle infield. Every team's stacked on pitching in the organization. So it's just a matter of where the team thinks they are at the time. And I don't know. It is a weird time, though, when you see people getting traded that and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was
All right,
shit.
that is the end of the mailbag.
It's a good mailbag. That was some good questions right there. Some hard-hitting questions. Schnelly, how's Charleston?
It's good. Myrtle Beach.
Still a beautiful city.
Yeah. There's few places I've been in my life where I'm like, I'm a homebody. So, like, I bought a house 5 minutes from the house I grew up from. Like, it's going to be hard for you to convince me to move out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the south side. And Carly and I have talked. There's 2 places we've been to that we are like, yeah, I mean, I can move here and live here, and it's Charleston and Nashville, or like Tennessee in general.
I can agree with
I
that.
think-
Charleston is special.
Yeah, Charleston's pretty sick. So the city
Should you
itself.
move to Pittsburgh?
Probably not.
Too
It's
cold.
not on the list, but I mean, if that's where
Here's
I'm
why I
going
say
to, then-
Tennessee. You get all 4 seasons still, because as much as people complain about the cold, I don't love snow being on the ground and stuff, but like I enjoy like fall and like it getting a little cold, the freaking leaves
Fall is
changing.
great.
Yeah, I don't mind the
The
winter.
month of February sucks. If it's still cold,
It depends
in February,
on. It also depends on where you live,
Yeah,
nothing
in
cool happens
Tennessee.
in February.
because like your falls sometimes aren't starting
College
until
basketball.
like maybe October,
Yeah, that's
Or-
nothing to do with the weather though.
the middle of November.
yeah.
There's only one reason that I like cold weather, and that's because that means it's hunting season. It has nothing to do with the actual cold weather. I hate being cold. I like being inside when it's cold. I like knowing that I don't want to go outside because it's so cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a
Well,
lot
I
of
also
fun
don't
about
like
that.
it being. I would rather it be. Okay, let me ask you this: would you rather be in Florida in the summer or Indianapolis in the winter?
Nah, you got to go more
Florida in the
extreme than
summer.
that. If you're
Why?
going to go Florida in the summer, one of the hottest places ever, you have to go like Detroit in the winter.
Okay,
You can't
let's say
go Indiana, which is like
let's say
still
Minnesota.
almost a mile. No, Florida in the summer, every day of the week. You can't even go outside.
I don't know, man.
You don't.
I don't know, dude. It's so hot.
Okay, I can still go play golf. I can still function as an adult. If I'm in Minnesota,
That's
in the
true.
winter,
The golf is the golfing.
Golf,
Is,
you
I
can
don't know why I
do
can't say
stuff.
golfing right now. I said golfing 4 times. Golfing.
Think about Minnesota. A bottom tier accent, man. Bottom tier. No
Elevate
disrespect
and
to
celebrate,
anybody
baby.
out there. One last word. Let me
I'm
grab
gonna
this thing.
elevate
I
and
got
celebrate.
all my props all over this joint.
I'm elevating
this
and
is-
celebrating tomorrow.
This is someone you guys are very, very familiar with. Boom. Turtle Box Audio. Look how majestic this thing is. They got a bunch of new colors out, and Chanel managed to pick the worst one. But listen, y'all know about Turtle Box. They're going to hook you up. It is the speaker for an outdoorsman. It is the speaker for an athlete. It is the speaker for a homebody. It goes in anywhere. It looks cool in the dugout. It looks cool in the locker room. It looks cool on the boat. It looks cool in your living room. These things are for you. They're loud. They're waterproof. They're easy to connect to, which is a big pet peeve of mine when it comes to speakers. If it's hard to connect to, I will not connect to you. This one I can connect to in a matter of seconds. So be sure to get on Turtle Box. Use code DNR for $30 off. Listen, if
You
you're
can
going into
karaoke.
summer, you can karaoke. If you're going into summer and into football season, tailgate season, and you don't have a Turtle Box, you are not the best tailgate. You're not the best boat. You're not the best host. I promise, because somebody out there has one, and you don't. Get a Turtle Box. I think that pretty much wraps it up for me. I'll be holding down the days for another day, like I said. Hopefully I'm back on the field. I was supposed to face hitters this Saturday, but those hitters got
Dang.
lucky, and they'll have to wait. But
That'd been
it's all
crazy.
part of it. It's all part of it. That's what they say.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate the questions. If you don't mind, if you're not subscribing to our podcast, please do it. If you're not following us on Twitter, please do it. We feel like we produce some pretty good content. So feel free to follow us. Feel free to engage. But subscribe. And we appreciate you guys for that. Other than that, stay sparkly. Have a good rest of the week.